Hello, I'm here once again with more I Played a Thing, Dark Savior. We did just acquire the Diary of Uda, but one thing I'd like to take care of first. You may recall a while ago, Jack talked about the whole body snatching and suspicion arousing thing as the true terror of Bilan. Well, it's certainly insidious, but I mentioned that in my mind the true terror of Bilan is something else entirely, which we would see later. Well, it's later now. Our friend Joe here seems to be in a lot of pain and kind of melty, blind and confused and just psychotic with suffering. We'll give Doc a try here. Well, at this point in the game, it's not entirely clear what's going on here, although I'm sure some of you have probably figured it out. Well, we'll get a little more indication of just what happened really very soon, but I'm just going to go ahead and lay it all out. Our buddy Joe here, probably looking for the Diary of Uda, got himself slimed by Bilan. Apparently Bilan's slime is pretty caustic stuff, because Joe, as you can see here, is almost completely melted, save for his general body shape and a little bit of his armor. Apparently, Bilan slime will not kill you quickly, and Joe here has gone blind and completely mad with pain, and that just creeps the shit out of me. And it was this factor that really made Bilan a truly creepy antagonist in my mind. Like, if you're lucky, the nicest thing that can happen to you if you run afoul of Bilan is to just have him slash you to ribbons. If you're not lucky, you get the Joe treatment. And normally you can capture Joe. I don't know why it didn't give me a capture chance this time. Maybe because I'm playing as Doc. But in any case, it's probably for the best after all, because just letting the poor fucker die just seems to be the most merciful thing. Anyway, before we move on, the Diary of Uda. Strange letters and markings. We hear a voice. A voice that is clearly also in a lot of pain. Bilan's weakness is his back. Go behind him and attack from the rear. That's the big secret. Let me tell you something, Uda. You know what other organisms tend to take it poorly if you stab them in the back? Pretty much all of them! And as I mentioned a while back, the secret in the Diary of Uda is really not all that important in beating Bilan anyway. When you finally get to fight him, you can take him down. He's a little tougher than the average bear, but you can still take him down just by fighting him toe-to-toe. Incidentally, you get a different message if you read the Diary of Uda while Uda is not in the room. You don't hear the voice and you can't read the book, but you see Bilan's back, and so at least you get a little hint that way. Anyway, the game doesn't tell you where to go here, but there's a locked door along the path leading to Silver Castle, and the only other place we have left that we haven't gone yet is Golden Castle, so that will be our next destination. Just have to pass through a tunnel first. Camera trickery is helpful in seeing the path here. This also gets a fair bit more disturbing when you see just what happened to someone who Bilan decided to give the special treatment. It's a little late to make that call, yeah. Not pretty. Anyway, on to Golden Castle. And just like all the castles, this is real simple in Parallel 1. And we see a big Bilan mural here. But more interestingly, our old prisoner, who you may recall from Sea Bandits, Musashi Morgensen. Here's a country unheard from in a long time. And apparently he knows Garion's long-lost brother. As I think I mentioned in a recent video, Luke isn't really much of an issue in this parallel, but he will be important in the future. And that's definitely going to wait because Bilan just showed up, and apparently he's got it in for Musashi. Or as he puts it, Zuru Zuru Chu Chu Chupi Chupa. I don't know if he's trying to say it sucks in Spanish, or if he just wants a chupa chup. Oh, this isn't gonna end well at all. Zuru Zuru Chu Chu Doro Doro. Doro, huh? Well, Triumph and Agony was an excellent album. Oh, God. Ugh. He even fucking recognizes that he's melting. That is horrible! He realizes he's dying, and just the last thing he can do is try and take you down with him. Ugh! I'm sorry, that just fucks with me in the worst way. Maybe I'm having a disproportionate reaction, but this has just bothered the hell out of me ever since I first got to this part of the game. It doesn't really help that when he falls on his back, it almost looks like his head comes detached for a moment. But yes, while I find it very disturbing, I also find this part of the game very evocative, so kudos to that. And just like with Joe, it seems like it would be the kindest imaginable act here to, just slay Musashi dead. But, Parallel 1 just kind of sucks for everybody, so might as well go all the way with it. Musashi gets to come along with us while, slowly decomposing. Anyway, we get the graveyard key, and that will take us on through that locked gate towards Silver Castle. Did I see something over there? No, just a bit of texture map, I think. And we have another bit of prisoner cemetery. And here we have some upright gravestones, which also have readable texture on them. Died. You never say die. An inspiring message, to be sure. A little bit of a corner jump there. Well, I suppose you could technically pull that off with a straight jump, but having some corner jumping chops makes it a lot easier to do without getting yourself killed. You really don't need that bit of platform up against the far wall there. If you're confident in your long jumps, which I somewhat am, then you can just jump straight from tombstone to tombstone there. And it can be a little tricky to tell what you're supposed to do here. There's a semi-hidden set of stairs leading up there. You just have to jump across this gap in the landscape, and then up, and you're on the bridge to Silver Castle. But we're just about out of time right now, so I will call it a day. Thank you for joining in as always. This has been and don't get your ass melted.